Welcome. Free live tarot readings on a Thursday night. It is Thursday. How's everybody doing? Christina, hello, and thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Oh no, you got COVID? That's not good. Well, Christina, let's get you a reading. Brandon, welcome. Joe's Mystics and CM, welcome. By the way, look what I got today. The Compendium of Witches Oracle from Kickstarter. We will look at that in a minute. That is it's a kind of a cute little deck. I will do an unboxing and whatnot tomorrow, and we'll look at that in a few. Let's get Christina a reading. Well, that's no good at all. Hope you don't have COVID. Wind, thank you for your donation as well. I appreciate it. Brandon, what is going on? Deborah and Barry Soul Robinson, hello. How is everybody doing today? Today has been pretty freaking exciting. I gotta say, like every day I'm hyped. I'm hyped all the time. I guess that's good. That's a good problem to have. I'm hyped and happy all the time. Seriously. But I am so hyped about this deck that I'm working on. I'm telling you now, I got a new preview of a card coming out Saturday that I'll show you. Haley, Southern Soul Tarot, Hooping Rabbit. What is going on, everybody? Waiting results. Oh, the results take time. I didn't know that. I've never had the test. I don't know. All right, Philippe, hello. How are you doing? All right, before we start, as always, entertainment purposes only. If you think you have COVID, go see a doctor, which obviously you already did. So, but I got to say that for anybody else that is watching. So there you go. All right, the grand moment. Now that's a good shuffle. That's a pretty good shuffle. So let's see what we end up with. Hopefully we end up with a no, you do not have it. All right. So, let's see. The Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Nine of Cups. It just doesn't look like an illness reading. Doesn't look like anything bad. We have no bad cards. And the tarot has plenty of bad cards. We have the Nine of Pentacles. It says you did get something. I mean, you did indeed get something. Ten of Pentacles, it was from it was sort of from somebody that was not a regular person in your life. Somebody who is not a regular person in your life ended up getting that. But I do think the Ten of Pentacles does point to family, which is also kind of interesting. It's almost like maybe somebody gave it to a family member or someone that you know, and then you ended up getting by a transmission, sort of handed off like the Nine of Cups, where it's just handed off back and forth. Interesting, we got two nines sort of bookending the reading as well. Judgment says that you were it's just sort of that season. That's just sort of where it goes. But I think that the test is going to come back negative. I don't think that you have COVID. So just the reading itself, there's too many good cards. There are some grand cards as far as sort of where it came from. It's almost like somebody else gave it to somebody that is in the family, and then you ended up getting it. D. Dave, hello. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. And the Nine of Cups says that this is sort of the way it goes. I really don't think you have it. I don't think it is the COVID thing. I just don't see it. There's nothing here. I mean, okay, what would I think for COVID? Let me think about this. Deborah, thank you for your donation as well. I appreciate that. Welcome, Boo Boo, Miss J, and everything else. But yeah, so what would we look for? Look for the Three of Swords, the Devil, the good old Capricorn sort of leaning in. Any health card that would be reversed. We had a medical astrology that had a ton of health cards, and any of those that would be reversed would indicate sickness. I think the Two of Cups reversed would actually be a fairly good indicator of that. Anything that would be the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, which would indicate a cutting motion or something sort of cutting into your life and sort of this disruption that would cause. Anything that's just sort of in the Thoth deck, I would think the most of the swords, especially the Ten of Swords. But yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Anyway, I'm going to say no. We're going to assume no based upon what we see on there. We got a ton of people. Thursday night is always busy, by the way. In case you're wondering what the queue looks like, it looks like we are here. So there we go. We are on Wind, and we got a few more. All right. So Let's see. When will I get accepted to my top school choice? Let's see about that. Let's see how that is going to go. Will I get accepted? Is that a thing? Paula, welcome. Philippe, welcome. Boo Boo, everybody's here tonight. By the way, if you want to see a preview of my new tarot cards, I'm making a new tarot deck, and this is the card that I'm working on right now. So you got the Hermit. So I'm going to put some trees over here, some little bushes that are going to be lit up by the orange. And then up here, obviously, I'm going to have Mr. Spider. Mr. Spider's going to be looking down with some eyes and on there. So that is my newest card that I'm coming out with. You get a sneak preview there. All right. Let's see if you will get accepted by going to the Tarot Tower and getting the new favorite. Literally everybody's new favorite deck. The Element of Wisdom Tarot. I'm just saying. Mimsy, what's going on? Tammy, how are you doing? You love the Foodie Tarot. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad somebody likes it. So there we go. All right. Will you get accepted to the top school? See what is going on. All right. Accepted to a top school, looking for communication cards, looking for movement cards, education cards. The Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess would be amazing, especially a Judgment card too, indicating sort of the newness, the judgment as we sort of go through there. And all of the excitement is oriented with that. We got the Hermit, the Six of Swords, great, Eight of Wands, and the Chariot. Well, it's sort of interesting. We got two movement cards in a row. So I think we're looking at yes, basically yes. See, this is what I was looking for. I said movement cards and things like that. We got sort of an indicator of some other obstacles in the way, but whatever. Six of Swords is a movement card. The Eight of Wands is a movement card, and the Chariot is a movement card. You have the triple movement combo sort of here. Now, what kind of flavor do we have? It's interesting we got all three of these movement cards here. What kind of flavor are we looking at here, right? The first thing is the Six of Swords. It's a journey with other people to a destination, and the destination is going to be better than what you have today. So this is an improved destination as you sort of get into that, right? That is an improved destination. So there you go. That is going to be an improvement. In other words, it's ranked higher, and the higher school means you'll get accepted into the top choice. Eight of Wands, again, not only points to movement, but the movement is upward, again, indicating a top choice. And the Chariot, finally, is another group movement card. It's almost like you're going in this with some other people, or you have some other people in mind as you go in it, going in as a team kind of feel for that. Now, the Hermit indicates that you have a delay in getting the information. It's almost like that the information doesn't come quick enough. You have some doubts. There is some trepidation and some hesitation as you sort of go in there. You're like, did I get it? Did I not get it? What's the delay? What is going on? But yeah, it's sort of the delay in getting the news. And then we have nothing but movement cards. So you will be moving into the school. Six of Swords really sort of highlights this as well. All right. So we have D. Dave has a PC soulmate something. All right, cool. We'll get to you in just a second. KD, welcome tonight. How are you doing? Thank you so much for your donation. Ethereal Waves wants a general. What would be a good general deck tonight? I'm thinking that we should go and dip into the Gregory Scott action. Let's get Gregory Scott out early. Get him out early. Get her done. Get her done. What is going on? All right. Bella B, thank you for your donation as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Forget to eat. I don't think I've ever forgotten to eat. I used to be huge, so I've never forgotten to eat. Today, I still never forget to eat, nor do I miss a meal, and I don't forget to eat. So I guess that's a hangover, I just got food issues. I got food issues from being a kid, so, and still got food issues to this day. I don't know how you get rid of that. I've had counseling. I've had all sorts of other stuff. I don't know how you get rid of food issues, but yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get a general. Page of Pentacles, Death, Seven of Cups, King of Cups. I kind of get an interesting take on that as we sort of move in. The Page of Pentacles does say that we're just sort of in a mode coming up to where we're just sort of juggling money. It's almost like we can't get money organized. We can't get ourselves in front of the money issues or the money coming in and out. It seems that money just randomly moving around. We have unexpected things coming in as far as, I think ultrasound, mixed angel in the chat, looked like a girl coming. Oh, quality control looks like a girl coming. A few months ago reading. All right, well, cool. All right, anyway. The Page of Pentacles does say that, again, we have money going out, we have money coming in. It's like money's just juggling around. It's almost like it's out of control at some point. Death says that it's going to change. We do have some changes coming. Now, what is near the Death card sort of indicates the changes that are coming. And these are going to be emotional based, right? After the Death card, we have the Seven and the King of Cups. It seems that this is sort of unrelated to the other, but it is sort of a thing about the money coming in and out. Death says we are in for an update, in for a change, in for sort of a graduation to the next phase. As far as just emotional aspects, love is concerned, right? As we move into the next phase, the Seven of Cups says that we have love options. We have some more love options that are opening up. Some of the love options that we've had before sort of closing down. But we do have a definite shift in love. It could be some relationships being in a different mode. It could be new relationships. It could be some old relationships ending. We have sort of this back and forth as far as that's concerned. Now, the King of Cups is almost like you don't care. Ajax Shimsy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. The King of Cups is interesting. This is the Gandhi. It's not really emotionally based. It's not really someone that is just reaching emotionally, that needs emotional satisfaction, things like that. It's almost like you don't care. It's almost like the Death, the things that go, the people that come, the people that go, you just don't care. You don't have really a big investment in this. It doesn't move you big emotionally. The changes are subtle in some ways, but the changes that reflect the emotions, you just really couldn't care less, it seems, that things as they move forward. So anyway, there you go. There is a general. There we go. Deb, will Aquarius get mental help? Uh-oh. Will the Aquarius get mental help? Well, let's see about that. Let's do a Deb reading here. Mental help. Will they go? Will they do that? Will they do that? You dropped me gold. Okay. I have no idea what's going on in chat. Haley, what's going on? Lady, it's good to see you. How are you doing? The pirate energy has been coming out. You know, that's what we need, is a pirate tarot. Maybe that's my next project. A pirate tarot. I don't think anybody would buy that, but sure. A pirate tarot. That'd be kind of interesting, right? Southern Soul Tarot. Thank you, Megan, for your donation as well. There we go. The Waterfall Tarot. All right. Pirate energy has been coming out. I don't know. If you just run into Walmart and yell, "Arr," get the top of your lungs, or what's going on with that? I don't know. A seek mental help, looking for some movement card, looking for some changes card. The Hanged Man would be beautiful here. The Hanged Man would be so nice here. We do have some movement. We have the King of Wands. We have the Six of Wands as well. Oh, now this is sort of interesting. This is sort of interesting. They don't think they have a problem. They don't think they have a problem. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Okay, serious question. Do they think they have a problem or not? And I ask this in a serious tone. The Six of Wands, success, the Lord of Victory. I think that I'm doing well. The King of Wands, I have confidence in what I do. I'm going forward and I'm getting things done the way I do it. If that is different from the way you do it, that's fine. But this is how I roll. The King of Wands has that command in action, puts that command over, and it is pretty exciting as far as that fire energy goes. The Knight of Swords, I'm just going to continue on with what I do. The Queen of Cups is the interesting oddball man out here. The Queen of, or the woman out. The Queen of Cups says the emotions, the emotional stuff is getting on me, though. It's weighing on me. Do I want to do something about it, though? Why? I've got success. I've got the Lord of victory. I've got the King of wands. When I go forward and do something, I get it done. I have the satisfaction in what I do. There are some things that I just rock and I'm good at. So this person is leaning towards actions instead of emotions. The emotions are still really bothering them, but the actions they think are right on target. It's sort of interesting. I don't know how you would convince this person to get mental help or not. It's almost like that they see that their actions are good. Their actions are pretty on target, but their emotions are just horrible. And why would I do anything when the resultant things that I do, in my opinion, seem to be okay? But anyway, this is sort of interesting read. It's interesting to read. We do have an emotional and action, an emotional physical difference of this person. And it's almost like they can't discriminate between the two. And they know that they're just battered and wounded emotionally, but they can fake it enough to get along most of the time. So there we go. So I don't know. I don't see it happening. I don't see it. It's almost like this person is convinced that what they're doing is okay. They know that they're not okay in the long run, but why would they get help for something that doesn't really, in their opinion, have any major impact? Is PC my soulmate? We need to keep trying to let this go. Is politically correct my soulmate or not? Let's see if politically correct is your soulmate or not your soulmate. Let's see about that. All right, let's move the tarot tower over there. And we don't have a deck choice for this particular person. We'll do this might hurt. This might hurt. All right. We pretty much, I mean, if you've read my books, you know pretty much where we're going with getting a soulmate. We need certain cards. And a lot of times those cards just aren't here, or they are here, or we could have a little difference of opinion as far as that goes. Now, that's a fairly good shuffle. One more shuffle, because this is important. When I look for specific cards, I always want one more shuffle. Pick some at random and see what happens there. So yeah, the star with the lovers would be just the ideal situation right here. Something that goes with that. The chariot, the 7 of cups, the 10 of swords, and a judgment. That doesn't look good. You're sort of sneaking into the soulmate territory. This doesn't look like a good read for it. Okay, so what do we have? Judgment, and then the 10 of swords. It's almost like that we have a bit of a back and forth headed our way, right? Judgment says that we're restarting the relationship, rebooting it. We're getting sort of a mixed bag, and we do have some good things, but we have a lot of bad things as well. Some of the bad things haven't really cropped up yet, but they are sort of waiting in the wings, and they will be here eventually. Judgment says we're trying to get a balance between things as far as the relationship goes. That also could point to balancing out work life and home life type feel as well. How much attention do we want to put on the relationship? How much dedication do we want to do with it once everything sort of goes as sort of a regular day-to-day activities, right? The 10 of swords does say that the relationship could be on the rocks at some point. It could be sort of where we need to recover it. We need to work on it. We need to get it working again. There are some speed bumps to overcome during the process. Obviously, any relationship does have speed bumps to overcome, but the 10 of swords is a pretty significant speed bump as we sort of go in there and go forward. 7 of cups does say that we do have a lot of aspects that hold the relationship together. The 7 of cups, we have all of these hanging plants. And the good news about this is, again, we have a lot of great things that hold the relationship together. So if we do get rocky, if we do have things that are going to be there, we could have some options in order which one to grab, which thing to sort of get in there, right? So we do have the 10 of swords into this. Can we recover it? Sure, we have a lot of ways to recover it, but do we want to or not? The chariot says ultimately we may be moving on. The Chariot being a movement card at the finale sort of says it may be moving, maybe time to move on. Obviously, entertainment purposes only, never make a relationship decision based upon a fat man reading cards on the internet. But the Chariot does talk about moving on from this. And normally I would say the Chariot says we can move with the relationship. We can get the relationship moving. You know what I mean? As far as that feel. But the problem is we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords points to just a finale with something. This sort of makes the finale a little bit iffy. We can have some plans to hang on to and keep it going, but ultimately a finale with a movement card, that combo sort of says it's over, let's move on. Sort of that feel, it's over, let's move on. But, again, just a tarot reading, but yeah, it is possible to get things back, to get things working. You do have multiple hanging plants to grab onto, but ultimately, how much effort do you want to put into it? So there you go. That definitely says move on as far as that goes. All right. KD, does A have a crush on me? Well, KD, I might have a crush on you. What? You don't need A when I'm around. All right. Does A have a crush or not? Does A have a crush on KD? Let's see about that. We could have some hearts. I mean, everybody loves KD. We already know that. So, all right, let's see if A loves KD a little more than everybody else. We never know. Heaven and Earth Tarot for this one, because that could be the heaven and earth meetup. See if they love you. Could have the Lovers. Ooh, the Lovers would be great. A little Two of Cups action coming in here would be fantastic. The Three of Swords would be kind of dirty and bad. You don't want a Three of Swords when somebody has a crush on you. That's not the best thing. That Ace is looking mighty nice. I gotta say, the Ace is the Four, not so much. The Four, a little Temperance, a little Defeat. What an interesting combo here. They have a crush on you. Oh, I think that they did. It's almost like that they did at some point. D. Dave, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. It's almost like that they did at some point. Yeah. I mean, they did. And I say they did is the past tense, because we have the Lord of Defeat here into Temperance. We're looking at almost like they figured out that it just didn't mix well. It wasn't going to be something they wanted to pursue. They had a little bit of an action there, and they were kind of interested in it. The Lord of Defeat said they just didn't go in there and rush in and try to take the initiative. Did they, though? Yes, absolutely. The Ace of Wands, it really sort of points to, I wanted to do an action, I just didn't do it. Now, why do we say that? The Ace of Wands next to the Four of Pentacles. You know, the Four of Pentacles, where we're just holding on to our money. We're hanging on tight. We don't want to give any of it away. It's almost like that they just hung on to that feeling. They hung on to it. They didn't want to take that action. They didn't want to take a move on. I mean, ideally, they should have, but they just didn't. They kept it to themselves. They kept in that closed body language. They hang on with dear life. They just didn't want to take that action that they should have, right? Again, it just didn't blend. It was something they just didn't want to pursue, something that they didn't think so. So they did at some point, but sort of gave up, basically. Short story, right? They did at some point. They sort of just gave up, eventually just gave up. So, yeah, there you go. All right, Bella B, general health for Alan. Let's see about that. We did do the whole series on medical tarot. Let's see if we get any medical tarot cards over here. All right, Bella, thank you again. General health for A. How is that going to go for A? Hopefully they're going to be okay. You don't want the Witchlings Tarot. Ooh, I'm waiting for the next sale. I'm waiting for their Black Friday sale. I have to admit now. I've got like 8 things in my cart, and I'm waiting for the Black Friday sale to come on, and then we're going to hit checkout and all that stuff. And the Witchlings is there. Pretty excited about that, I got to say. Witchling. There's so many Witches decks. I really should ease up on the Witches decks. I'm just saying. There's that. Has anyone worked with a Halloween oracle? No, I have not. That's the problem with the Halloween and the scary decks. They're very niche. With the exception being Baba Studios' Bohemian Gothic. That seems to be very good for afterlife readings, very good for does somebody have a hex on me readings and stuff like that. So, oh, and interesting there. General health reading, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Coins, Page of Coins, and the Ace of Coins. Yeah, what's wrong with them? Like, what is wrong with them? I'm kind of wondering what's going on. There's something wrong. We know that. The Queen of Cups, we're okay emotionally. It seems emotionally we're able to deal with whatever it is, but it's almost like that we're in some kind of a pain, right? The Page of Coins, the Ace of Coins, these two earthly matters. Now, what is earthly? You know what I mean? It's not exactly all the time like the second house. It's just not that sometimes. Roseanne, welcome back. How are you doing tonight? And Nate, welcome as well. Yeah, but the Page of Coins and the Ace of Coins, we're talking about earthly reversed, and earthly does deal with the body. It deals with the physical aspects, right? Also deals with money, deals with jobs, it basically just anything earthly feel. But you are talking about your body, bodily functions, things like that, because it's reversed. Ace of Coins says we can't do something because we are pulled back from it. We're just pulled back a little bit from it. Maybe it's pain, maybe it's something that's coming up, but the Ace of Coins we can't get that initiative going, that ace action, because we're in pain of some type. This sort of points to the Page of Coins. Now, the good news is it's the page. It's not like the King of Coins or something like that, where we have this major upset, right? The Page of Coins is pretty rock steady. It's reversed. It says the steadiness that we have, the stability that we need may not be there. It just may be something sort of challenging on that. But the good news is it's going to be minor in the long run. The Page of Coins, minor in the long run. In other words, it could be a little bit of a scare. It could be something where it's a minor thing overall, but it just doesn't look just devastating. Right? It's not like the Tower followed by death or something terrible. Page of Coins says we have something minor we have to deal with, and that is sort of there. The Queen of Cups, though, we're emotionally good, and that's the important part. Even if you're in some kind of a pain, even if you do have some sort of issues with that, being emotionally stable and being emotionally able to cope with it, deal with it, go on normal life, and be able to do things as normal is going to be a big component as well. Christina, welcome. How are you doing? Now, the interesting one here is the Seven of Coins reversed. Now, you know the Seven of Coins is we're planting things and to get a later reward. It's almost like that we can't do that. We're being held back. The whole reading is like we're being held back. Could it be a chronic pain? Could it be something that we're concerned about? Could it be some diagnosis that we haven't treated yet? Could it be some ongoing thing that we're getting treatment for? It just seems like there's something recurring, something ongoing, something that's not easily fixable. But the good news is in the long run, they're able to deal with it. The Queen of Cups is a very solid, personable, and fantastic card for that particular read as well. So there we go. All right, Mimsy got the 2-week action going on. The 2-week Mimsy action going there. All right, let's file close all and don't save. There we go. General for the next 2 weeks. See what's going to go on that for HX. And let's see, 2-week general. Well, hopefully this stupid election thing will be over in 2 weeks. All right, 2-week general. Did everybody see the vaccine thing? They're going to ship the vaccine with FedEx and UPS. Apparently, they're going to ship it out pretty quick. I don't know if I know some people don't want to take that thing, and other people are pretty excited about it. I don't know. We got a mixed bag sometimes. All right, let's do the Manga Tarot. The Manga Tarot. So switch up oh, that's right, Nate, you had the question from the other day. Nate, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays usually pretty busy. Usually, like, extremely busy. This is actually pretty mild for Thursday, but yeah. We'll try it. We'll try it. Nate, if we get a second, we'll try it out. All right. Well, Sunflower hosted you. Sunflower said pick someone. We'll pick Nate. We'll pick Nate. Get the aesthetic. I need to copy that because I'm going to butcher the spelling of aesthetic. See, Nate knows how to spell aesthetic. If I tried that, oh, no. You'd be laughing at me for the next hour. I'm just saying right now. You'd be literally laughing at me for misspelling that for the next hour. All right. Let's see. Get some Mimsy General action up in here. See what's going on with that. The Hermit. Oh, the Hermit. Oh, the Hermit. By the way, did you see the Hermit card that I'm working on? This is the Hermit card in my new tarot. It's called the Tasty Tarot or the Foodie Tarot. Anyway, see, this is the Hermit card that I'm working on. I need to add the spider and some nearby bushes. But, you know, other than that, anyway. We got the Hermit, we got the Queen of Cups, Empress, and the Four of Swords. Oh, the Four of Swords does say it's time to take a break. You're about to sort of get embroiled into something where you do need to take command of it. I don't think that you can just sit around and ignore it. This is not something where you're going to be able to ignore it. You got to deal with it. It's not something that you're going to be able to just to let it slide. You know what I mean? The Empress, we got to take command. The Empress, known as the pregnancy card and the motherly card. Let's face it, in reality, this does say that this is the take command card. You got to take some action here. Could it point to a possible pregnancy with somebody that you know? Always. The Empress card does point to something like that, especially if it's surrounded by some love card. The Lovers, maybe a friend. Three of Cups, maybe a friend is maybe get pregnant. Friend may find out about a pregnancy, something like that. But yeah, I just don't see anything around that. The Queen of Cups is near, but it means we have something emotionally we need to take care of and deal with. The Empress is still the Emperor's wife. It is still in command. She is indeed in command. You got to take command. Mimsy, you got to get on top of it. You can't ignore this particular situation. The Queen of Cups said it is emotional. The biggest problem here is that you get stuck with taking command of it. Not like that you can just shuffle it off to the neighbor. You can sort of get in there. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. IV Gemini, thank you for joining. What is your question? Sunflower has hosted you for a question. But yeah, the Hermit says that somebody sort of handed it off to you. You know what I mean? They said, oh, Mimsy, by the way, here, take care of that. Can you take care of that for me? That'd be great. Here, there you go, Mimsy. Take that for me. Yeah, you're great. Thank you. You know what I mean? It just feels like that. Feels like the Hermit. You just got handed. You didn't want it. Nobody wants it. Queen of Cups is, I got to deal with it. Like, Empress, I'm going to take command. I'm going to deal with it. All this other stuff. Four of Swords says after this, you get a little break. You know, it's not like that you're dealing with it for the next year. Four of Swords, you get a little break from it. Not going to be something just amazing that you have to just, ooh, I just got a really good idea. It's not something amazing that you have to deal with for the next year. So, you know, just deal with it. Deal with it. Get it done. Where is the Shia LaBeouf? Where's the Shia LaBeouf? Just do
Hard
it.
at it. Else would quit. No it.
There you go.
What are you waiting for? Do it. Stop there. No. What are you waiting for? Do it!
See, that's what you got to do. D. Dave, thank you for another donation. I appreciate that. D. Dave, it's D. Dave's question night. There we go. Rain, what are my future expectations for my relationship? Let's check that out. All right. In the meantime, let's see. So we need a new thing here. There. And future of my relationship. And let's see, that is, sorry, I got to do housekeeping. It's housekeeping time. Sorry about that. Ivy Gemini. Okay. All right. We got all the questions queued up there. Now, Southern Soul Tarot. Megan has an interview. Look at that. Got an interview. You got to just, you got to just do it. I mean, come on. The Empress is there. You got to take that command. You got to get it done. Empress next to we're going to have a video on pregnancies this weekend. By the way, it is going to be the most exhaustive and thorough video on reading pregnancies with tarot that you have ever seen in your life. So it's going to be like 30 freaking minutes of nothing but pregnancy stuff. So if you want to know how to read pregnancies in tarot, you need to watch the video. Maria, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, I got an interview going and getting it. Speaking of just doing it, make it. Oh, one of the waterfall tarot. See, you know, I messed one of the waterfall tarot. All right, you know, I'm blabbing and not paying attention. That's what I do. That you come here to see me blab. Come on, admit it, everybody. You come here to see me randomly talk about flying an airplane and how just crappy the Cessna 152 airplane is. And oh, by the way, my flight instructor used to fart, and he would prop the plane door open in midair after he farted because, oh my God, it was awful. And so he'd get his foot and he'd jam his foot into the plane. So he'd get the plane and he'd open the door and he'd jam his foot in there. So he got some air in there after he farted. He farted all the time. It was just disgusting. Anyway, so the plane door's open and I'm like trying to fly it. So the plane, you know, when you open the door on an aircraft, you know, it's a little aircraft. You just starts going, I'm like, dude, like, what do you eat? Like, serious question. What do you eat that makes you just have it? Do you do this on purpose? Do you just have like a Taco Bell $5 meal just handy right before the lesson? Like, what is going on? Shito Pado, what is going on? How are you doing? Did I just purchase a reading? No, the rules are there is no list. Donations take priority, and then I pick at random. Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays are usually pretty busy, so I don't know. We'll see. Ask your question in chat, though. Ask your question in chat. I mean, I don't know. The farting instructor, I don't know why I got stuck with that instructor, too. All he did was talk about his love life, too. I'm just like, dude, I really don't want to hear this. Anyway, all right. How will the Friends interview go? What is going on? The Nine of Swords starting this off doesn't look too good. This is not exactly the best thing. Chariot, Eight of Swords, and Temperance. It's going to be kind of a cabbage soup. Do you eat like cabbage soup to just fart that much? I don't know. The Chariot, the Eight of Swords, and Temperance. 8 and 9 of Swords kind of looks bad. This doesn't look good. Bottom line, it doesn't look good. So what are we working at? There is a bit of hesitation and thought about the interview. It's almost like they're not prepared. Almost like we're not prepared for the interview. They're asking stuff that we don't know. They're sort of just you know, like what's the square root of 10,481 or something? You know, you're like, what? I'm not like they ask weird questions, okay? Maybe they have the farting pilot instructor. I don't know. But the Nine of Swords says that they're unprepared almost. Chariot says it's like that they're too early or too late or something. It's like there's some issue with getting there. There's some issue with the travel. And I say issue because we have the Eight of Swords looking at restrictions, right? We're going from travel restrictions. It's almost like that the traffic is really bad or we can't get there. Something happens with a car. Something weird happens to where we just don't get there and it's either too early or too late. The Chariot and the Eight of Swords, travel restrictions going there. The travel is there. We're sort of not prepared for that. Temperance says we sort of muddle through it. We do have the from the water into the land combo to where it's, you know, pretty good. But Christina and she, thank you for your donations. I appreciate that. Temperance says we muddle through it. We get through it. Yeah, this doesn't look good. A lot of weird cards here. Yeah, Megan, a lot of weird cards for an interview. I wouldn't expect to ever see these in an interview reading, but here we go. But some weird cards. Let me know what happens because I really want to know what happens. This is really weird. Does a smell scare his girlfriends off? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. You know, if you fart that much, how can you keep a relationship going? You know what I mean? I mean, just a hot tip for any guys in chat, you know, if you fart all the time, that's probably not prudent to keep a relationship happy. You know what I mean? You got to smell nice. You need to go to Bath and Body Works and get some Vanilla Bean Noel. If you have some of that, I'm telling you, the relationship's going to go a lot better than if you just sit there and fart. All right. How should I something for creative success. All right. How should I switch up my aesthetic for creative success? Let's see what your aesthetic requires. How should you switch it up? How should you get your approach and make it a little bit different? A little bit different. Toot-offs. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, man. Anyway, I don't encourage anybody to go get a private pilot license. The amount of money that you spend after you get the license is significant. So, and if you don't fly regularly, then they grill you when you go up for your renewal, and it's pretty bad. The Tower. So, changing up your aesthetic. The Wheel of Fortune says stop doing what you're doing. The Wheel of Fortune is doing things as you do it, the regular day-to-day life, right? We wake up, we go to work, we do this aesthetic, we do this thing, and a lot of other things happen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The Wheel of Fortune says, let's go forth and do what we always do. Reversed, it says, stop doing that, especially next to the Ace of Cups. It's almost like that where you're going doesn't give you any opportunities. It leads to a dead end. Ace of Cups would be wonderful right side up. It says, I have this beautiful opportunity. I'm sneaking up on something new and exciting, emotionally satisfying, something I can leap into and have fun and go forth. This is reversed. It's like you're hitting a dead end with what you're doing. So watch out what you're doing. You want to change it up. Ace of Cups says, because you're hitting a dead end, you don't have these opportunities. You don't have these big events where you can just boost into the next level, right? Page of Coins, it says you need to figure out what stability actions, where you need to go as far as stability is concerned. This is an earthly thing. It is about stability. It's about getting rock solid with what you need to get rock solid. It's also about beginning. It's like figuring out what you need to be stable with this. Stability is going to be key here. That's where everything is sort of headed, right? We want the stability. We want the new adventure, sure, but we don't want to get into a situation where everything is up in the air and it's completely unpredictable. We just don't know where it's at. Why are we doing all of this? The Tower answers the question. The Tower says, it's about to change. I mean, as far as your creative success goes, it's about to change, right? It's about to change, right? Thank you for your other donation. I appreciate that. And this is important. All right, Nate, this is important when we say change. You could have an idea for making something that you've never thought about before. You could have this inspiration that you've never had before. I think something's sneaking up on you, and it's going to smack you up in the face. And it's going to say, you're going to sit there, you're going to be jogging, you're going to be working out, you're going to be in the shower, you're going to be just mind on nothing. All of a sudden, boom, something happens. You're like, whoa. This is the best idea I think I've ever had in my life, and you're going to pursue that. The Tower says you're in for a shakeup. You're in for that moment where you're just doing something random, and all of a sudden this weird idea comes about, and you're like, dude, that is going to be the king of all my ideas I've ever had before. Anyway, there you go. Inspiration approaches, Nate, and as always, that's important. You got to have that. You know what I mean? The future of Ivy Gemini's relationship for Gemini, Ivy Gemini, whichever it is. All right. The font that YouTube uses, I don't know if it's Ivy. I don't know if it's Ivy or 1V. Anyway, let's go for, it has been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute since we have used the, by the way, I pressed the wrong button. It's been a hot minute since we've used the Nightmare Before Christmas. Not my favorite deck. Spoiler alert, this did not make my 2020 best decks. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know. Everybody loved it. Everybody's all excited about the Dark Wood and the Nightmare Before Christmas. And, it's okay, but there's some stiff competition this year. If you're not running a 3-minute mile this year, you're not gonna make it on the best of list. I'm just saying, because there was some stiff competition. All right, let's see. The future of my relationship. How's that gonna go? Well, the Four of Swords is interesting. The Tower, the Page of Needles, and the Four of Pentacles. Well, Gemini. How is how is that thing going with your relationship? Because this looks pretty rough. This kind of looks pretty rough. Four of Needles, that's the resting card. That's the Four of Swords. It's the resting. It's the taking a break. It's the laying down. It's the going sleepy. It's nighty-night sleepy time. It's almost like that something's stuck. It's almost like that nothing's really, like we need to do something. We're not doing it. We're sitting around. We're waiting. The four also sort of represents in a lot of ways that where do you need to go next? You're in a planning stage. This is sort of, in a lot of the books, it'll talk about you're taking a break to plan your next move. You know what I mean? We're taking a break to plan our next move. We're delaying. This could also be sort of like the mountain in Lenormand. We're delayed. We're planning a next move. Basically, it's the rest. It's nighty-night. Let's rest. Because of the tower. Because the tower's coming and things are about to get shaken up a bit. That's okay. As always, what's next to the tower is going to tell us what happens after the tower. That's the most important card. And that's sort of adjusting and dealing with it. It's almost like the tower happens. We have an event that shakes everything up and we just try to deal with it because there's not much we can do. The Four of Pentacles, we're holding on to what we have. We're sort of in a let's take it easy. Let's take it slow. Let's hang on to what we have. And, yeah, you know what I mean? It doesn't look at this looks kind of challenging. So if you're looking for something that's just going to be amazing, I just don't see it. I wish I could see the Lovers. I wish I could see something that would be great. 10 of Pentacles would be great. 10 of Cups would be great. Anything would be great other than what we got. But it does look like we have some challenge. We have some shakeups, and we're just sort of trying to deal with it day by day. So it's like let's deal with it day by day as it comes, because, we're just sort of trying to put it up with it, just kind of putting up with it right now. All right. Well, I'm glad it was on point. There you go. Speaking of on point, tomorrow, my friends, the Compendium of Witches Oracle. This was on Kickstarter. I just got it. This is the worst box design in the history of mankind. Let me explain why. This is like a felt. It's like a felt, and this is like a felt. And when you put them together, getting the box open, you got to get pliers out. It's like, and you finally get it open. It's a bad box design, but look at the cards. Cards are kind of pretty. Look at that. That looks hand drawn. That looks really pretty. I like that. Stephanie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. You do have a mix of some white cards and some green cards. So you got a little mixture here. Overall, I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. Yeah, but anyway, Compendium of Witches. We'll have an unboxing tomorrow. And I will not put the lid all the way on because I'll never get it off again. That was terrible. I don't know. I guarantee what happened. Is the printer said, yeah, that would be a great idea. Let's put felt on top of another felt. Let's put a highly abrasive material next to another highly abrasive material. So it's like, putting Velcro together. It's not going to be easy to come apart. There you go. I don't know, man. It was a struggle to get off. I thought I was going to have to get out some pliers. I'm not even lying. All right, but mistakes were made. It's going to be okay. Thank you for your other donation. She came in. We don't read all reverse. We turn around. She came in and she's like, hey, what's going on in here? And then she asked a bunch of questions. I think she's happy with what she sees. I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you like what you see. By the way, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. I appreciate all of you being here. You know what I'm saying? All right. D. Dave, work, reading. Oh, what is anything coming my way? Nine of Swords says yeah. Queen of Cups says yeah. King of Pentacles says yeah, and the Hermit says yeah as well. We have some good stuff. We're leaning on the Hermit's tendency to be happy at my destination. That's where the Hermit is really good at. I'm happy at my destination. So, there you go. You need to be happy at your destination. And that's sort of where we're at. And that's what you need to do, especially if you're looking for work. Now, enhancing that is the King of Pentacles. This is the retired banker. He's found what he needs. He found what he wants. He knows where he needs to be, and he is settled in. So you're looking at a job where you are settled in, you are pretty comfortable, and things are going well. It's coming up. Queen of Cups has an emotional satisfaction to it as well. Going to be important, but we're moving into something, a new opportunity. The King or the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, if you read my book, is a movement card. It points to movement. When we're looking for a job, we're looking for something, we're looking for something sort of headed our way. Knight of Swords says we're getting it. We're moving there. Knight of Swords is a pretty quick card. If you're looking for something, I think that we're going to have something beautiful, something legendary, something really nice around February-ish. After we get the vaccine, after everything is sort of normalized a little bit, people are a little bit less on edge about all this stuff. Queen of Cups, again, emotional satisfaction, the retired banker, and the Hermit being settled in and comfortable where we're at. By the way, if you ever have, I need to do a moving video. If you have moving reading, the Hermit is the best card in the deck for moving. If they say, I want to move somewhere, I'm looking for a house, the Hermit says that we've arrived at our destination and we settled in. All right. Very important there. By the way, this weekend, look for a pregnancy video. If you want to do pregnancy readings with tarot, I am going to spend 30 freaking minutes detailing every possible scenario with that. Anyway, all right, D. Dave is here again. D. Dave wants to look, will our separation help us heal? Will our separation help us heal, or are we just going to give it up? Are we going to give it up? Let's see about that. I think, let's do the thought. D. Dave you want it brutal, don't you? D. Dave, you want the truth. D. Dave wants the truth. D. Dave wants the straight talk. Because we got a separation. We need the straight dope on this. Did anyone used to read the straight dope books? Those were hilarious. The Straight Dope, those were some of the best books I think I've ever read. You have to be a Virgo to really enjoy those, because those are really, really weird and on edge. And that doesn't look good, that doesn't look good, and that doesn't look good either. Okay, you want the Straight Dope, by the way. This looks pretty bad. Let's go through it and see about helping us heal. The first thing is, we're not really addressing the problems. So we're not really addressing the problems. We do have a lot of things weighing on us. We're not addressing the particular problems, and the cloud that's hovering over everything's not really moving away. So Cecil Adams, exactly. You need to address the problems. You can't really separate and just hope that it fixes itself. We need to sort of dive in and address what's really the problem. We do have the cloud hanging over us, as you can see here, with the sort of the poisoning of the well. We do have a burden. This thing is hovering over. It is sort of being obnoxious and all of that. We haven't really we took an initial action to try to solve it. We dove in, face first. We said, I'm going to try to resolve this. I'm really going to work on it. I'm going to move forward and try to get this done, right? That's going to be sort of where we're headed. It didn't really work out. We ended up in the poison state. We ended up not really resolving it because there's a lot of other things in the way. I think it's like that there's more than one problem. You don't just have one problem and then we can just magically solve it. It's more than that. It's complex. It's like the United States debt or something. It's not like an easy problem. It's not something you can just quickly solve by doing this or that. It's very complex. What you have is very complex as well. You gave it a shot. All right. We gave it a shot. We understand the Knight says we gave it a shot. We gave it our best try. We did try to mix everything together. We did try to sort of, coalesce and see if things would work. Yeah, I mean, no. Overall, so I'm going to say, no. There it is. I'm going to say, again, it's not really a yes or no answer. It's more of a complex problem that needs a lot of time and energy to address. So just separating and then magically hoping that we'll just heal, it just looks like a challenging method for the solution. All right, Maria, a general love. There we go. Christina is lucky today. There we go. Position in the UK, love cards. Christina, do you want to know about the position in the UK or do you want to know about the love cards? Let me know, Christina. Are you trying to change your question? I'd love to change your question. If you would love to change your question, let me know. All right. Speaking of love, I love Cheryl Marchetti's cards, and we're going to use some right now, right at this very moment. There we go. Tara Prentice wants to move to Nashville, too. You know, there you go. All right. All right, Tina. Hello, Tina. It has been a minute. It is good to see you, my friend. It's always good to see Tina. All right. You know, let's see about the general love. What is sort of headed this way? What are we looking at? We need some love. We need some heart. You know, we need some love. Everybody needs a little love. General love. 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. Got the double 9. The Fool and the King of Pentacles. Well, we are taking a trip. The Fool says we are on an adventure with love and all that. 9 of Pentacles says we're pretty happy with where we're at, though. Are you single? You know, I'm not hitting on you or anything. Are you single, though? You know, again, I'm not hitting, but are you single? You know, because I'm asking that. The 9 of Pentacles, you're pretty content where you're at. I mean, it's not like that Maria's just sitting there just, you know, waiting, desperately seeking love, desperately looking like, you know, I need some love. I'm really lonely. It seems like you're happy where you're at. I mean, you got the 9 of Pentacles. What your life routine, your friends, hanging out with people, having fun, your social networks. It seems like you're pretty happy. You know what I mean? Which is a good state to be in. It's not bad. It's not like you're just desperate and just crying at night in your pillow every night. It just doesn't seem like that. The Fool says you are going to be going on an adventure. I mean, you do have something coming up that's a little bit adventurous, maybe too adventurous for you, right? The King of Pentacles. You're like, well, okay, that's a little too much. But yeah, a little bit too adventurous on that side. I think it's going to be all right, though. You know what I mean? But I think you have okay, Maria has that degree of confidence, that degree of happiness, that degree of sort of this internal satisfaction where Maria knows who she is, how she does. Maria knows what makes her emotionally stable. You're mature enough in your emotions. You have it going on. You don't like desperately need somebody. Somebody, if comes in, sure, that'd be all right. That would be all right. But you're pretty good where you're at. That's what I'm just saying. The 9 of Swords does say, yeah, sometimes we need somebody. Sometimes we do. But in general, you're pretty content. Again, we do have an adventurous little relationship. I wouldn't say anything fun or exciting is going to be overwhelming and turn into this romantic love that will last you forever and you get married for the next 50 years. Yeah, the Fool is more of a let's sort of hang out and have some fun there. You know, you do have a little bit of fun coming in, but there you go. Not something like super long-term serious, just, you know, something fun. Tio hits on everyone in chat. I do indeed. All right. She wants to know, relationship improve after the separation. Another relationship after the separation. Let's see about that. Will the love improve after the separation? Christina, I assume that you want to switch up your question. That's cool. We're going to do that. All right, we'll see about this with a separation. Get down to it with a hermetic. We need some hermetic in chat. You know, need some hermetic love. We need some of that hermetic love. That is where it's at. Just saying. Yeah, if you ever print a deck, don't do an abrasive substance connected to another abrasive substance to where you have to just pry it with a pair of pliers. You don't do that. All right. Yeah, you know, friction along, maybe I can lube it. But that sounds dirty, though. Okay, Okay, vote in chat. Should I lube my box? Should I lubricate the box so it actually comes apart? Or is that like a little weird? I've never lubricated a tarot box before. So the idea just hit me. I am a Virgo. That is going to bother me that I can't open the box. So I don't know. CM wants to know if I hit on the men. Only if they're cute. I mean, I'm just saying, who's that guy that played the Superman? Henry Cavill? I mean, Henry Cavill's pretty cute. I'm going to admit it now. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's move on. All right. Will the love improve after the separation? Speaking of cute, 2 of Cups, Princess of Wands. That Princess of Wands, we're going Golden Dawn here. That fun Princess of Wands. Getting in there, having fun, and just doing all of that. The High Priestess and the 7 of Swords. I think so. We're really looking. The lube might get sticky though. Yeah, we're going downhill. Let's go back to the tarot. All right. I think so, yes. It will improve. It will improve after the separation. There we go. The 2 of Cups is coming together. The coming together feel. Very important here. The coming together is going to be important. The 2 of Cups says we do come back together. The Princess of Wands, again, we're going Golden Dawn, going Thoth. It's a playful card. We're having fun. We're getting an adventure. We're moving into that fun space. We're having fun again. That's what you need. That's what you need. If you're in love, you need to have fun. If it's just some love that feels like you scheduled something like on one of the 50s sitcoms, it just doesn't work. High Priestess says we have enough knowledge, we have enough things where we can move on and make it better. And the 7 of Swords, my de facto default coming back together card. Coming back into the relationship. 7 of Swords is so important. We're sneaking out of where we were. We're going into another situation. Again, I think so, yes. That's a very, very positive reading. Very positive reading. All right. Buttery muffins. I could get the buttery muffins and slather the buttery muffin on the box. Well, now, I mean, if I slather buttery muffins on the box, I need some music.
Music to make love to.
Because you need some some Barry White in the background as you slather the butter on the box. All right. Christina wants love cards. We're back to love cards. Christina, all you need is some buttery muffins and a tarot box. Love cards. Let's see about that. See how it is going. Yeah, we need some Barry White music if you're going to slather a box. Okay. That could be a new... Okay, if I slather the box with butter, should I make a video? I mean, I am a video content creator. I'm wondering if YouTube would ban that. I don't know. That would be kind of iffy. I may get demonetized on that video. Have some Barry White and okay, I'd need to slow motion it. If I slathered it, I'd need to slow motion it first off. And I need to just go like this, just go like that with the butter and all of that. So, there's that. All right. Oh, Christina changed her question. Oh, no, Christina didn't change her question. It's a different Christina. Sorry, we have like 4 Christinas in chat. That would be the extended version. Yeah, it would need to be slow-mo, and it'd have to be some Barry White music, and, maybe some Rick James after the slathering is done, and you gotta all right, this is getting bad. All right, let's move on. Love cards. Let's see what's going on. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 6 of Wands, and 6 of Swords. We do have a couple of 6s here, which is sort of interesting. The Page of Pentacles does say that, we're sort of seeking stability, but we're just not able to find it. We're not able to find it. Page of Pentacles, we're trying to get the stability, but we're just it's sort of slipping away like a buttery muffin. The Queen of Wands does say that it's almost like the love is not super emotional. The love is more of a procedural thing to where we're just sort of moving into the next phase. We're just sort of going into the next item. We're sort of doing the next thing. It just feels procedural at this point. Not anything big, not anything amazing. Six of Wands says the situation does improve, though. We have a Lord of Victory and the success and all of this other stuff, right? Six of Wands says we're moving in there and getting better things done. We're getting better opportunities. We're getting better things sort of moving. The Six of Wands points to the Lord of Victory as there. And you're moving in as the Six of Swords. We're doing that as sort of a progression into the next stage. The next stage is a sort of not really a new adventure, but sort of a return to an old adventure. There we go. There are your love cards. All right, will I pass exam or change career? She wants to know. She gets a throwdown. I'm just saying, we got a throwdown. On the left, on the left. On the left, we're doing a tarot throwdown. If you have not been here for a tarot throwdown, though,
time for a tarot throwdown.
It is the mainstay of the channel. It is the mainstay of the channel. Other than the buttery muffins, Tina, thank you for your compliments. I appreciate that. Other than the buttery, slippery muffins, other than rubbing a box with butter with some berry white, this is the mainstay of the channel. It is the Tarot Throwdown, where we get the Thoth deck and we get 3 cards for each option and see what's going to be good, bad, or indifferent about them all. About them all. Because pass exams and become licensed looks over here, and then changing a career entirely looks over here. Changing career entirely does look like a bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, the changing career doesn't look good. It's just not very stable. The first problem is it feels like there's a lot of things in your way. Like the mountain you would have to climb. By the way, ending soon, the mountain you would have to climb to change careers is significant. You do have this. We do have the defensive. We do have the working at it, sort of desperately sort of reaching for the next thing. We do have a sort of an emotional roller coaster that we do as well. It feels like literally starting over. I think that you have a heads up. You have a little bit of a a head start with that. But overall, it just feels like emotionally just devastating and very, very. The biggest problem is you don't know if you're going to be in the same boat once you change careers. So changing careers, you don't know if you're going to be in the same boat where, again, I have this unexpected thing. I have something where I can't move forward. I have something where I'm stuck. And now I've wasted a lot of time. Changing careers looks like just a bad situation overall. By the way, entertainment purposes only. Now, will I pass the exams and get that? We have a problem passing the exams first off. Like the well has run dry. It seems that passing the exam is challenging. It's not an easy exam. It's not one of those exams where you're just like, hey, Stam, thank you for staying up and hanging out with us. I appreciate you. It's not like that. I don't know. I mean, it looks challenging. The exams don't look easy. The Emperor says that you do get it. You do have the ability to get it. The Emperor says we have the ability to get it. Can we get it? It's challenging. Is it possible for us to get it? The Emperor says if you work hard enough, yeah, anything's possible. You get it going well. But then you have the Lord of Blended Pleasure. Is this something you really want? Maybe not. You're already thinking about changing careers. Is this something that you really want? Are you getting licensed? And at the end of it, you're just like, I still don't like this. There's still nothing that I really want in here. I think that's what you feel. Can you pass the exams? Yes. Can you get licensed? Yes. Will you get licensed this go around? Maybe not. But good luck. It says you can. It says you can. All right. There we go. Anyway, good luck with all of that. All right. We need more buttery muffins in chat for sure. How does S feel about me, and will he take some action? Stephanie, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, Stephanie. I appreciate you. We'll take action and see about that. Let's see how that is going to go by using. By the way, this weekend we got a new video. We got a new video with a compendium of witches tomorrow. That's going to be fun. And this weekend, we're doing pregnancy video. We're going to have 30 minutes of pregnancy reading information. If you want to include pregnancy readings in your tarot practice, you got to watch the video. This is going to be so much information. You'll be sitting there with a piece of paper and a pen, just like frantically writing everything down. It is a lot. It is going to be a lot. It's not like a little 5-minute segment or something. All right. Let's see what we're doing here. Will S take some action? Will he do that? The Hermit being the only thing right side up, for number one, doesn't look great. High Priestess, a dissatisfaction with it. Justice, and the Six of Swords, not really being just a good level of cards overall. I'm going to say no. Stephanie, I'm just going to say no. I really want to too, you know? I really want to get that. High Priestess is just dissatisfied with it. It's almost like that you've been waiting. You've been waiting. Is this something new? Have you been waiting for this person for a while? Have you been like wondering and just like, yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know. The High Priestess says you're just dissatisfied with the situation. Either they're just not doing it, nothing's happening. They needed to take action years ago. Stephanie needed some love a long time ago. Stephanie's had the hearts. Stephanie's been, had hearts up in here waiting, and nothing's happening. Justice, you feel imbalanced. It's like things aren't going the way they're going. Things are imbalanced. They're not, things are not evened out. Things are not going the way that I want to go. The Six of Swords is a movement card. It is the take action card. If they're going to take action, it would be with a Six of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Chariot. Six of Swords says we need to take action, but we never have. It's reversed. We've never picked up and moved together. We've never picked up and tried that and got interested in that. And the finale of it is the Hermit, which is just a terrible way to read, a terrible way to sort of end the reading. It just hurts. It just says that, I don't know. The Hermit just says no. Hermit says no. This says no. This says no. And this says no. It just seems that no. Obviously, you can circumvent the whole process by, going and flirting with them, I guess. Seeing if that works. But just an independent action or anything like that. Are the pregnancy readings on Patreon or YouTube? All my stuff is free, but you get bonuses on Patreon. For example, in the pregnancy reading, it's going to be this massive PDF file. If you want the PDF file, you can get that by being a Patreon member. If you just want to watch the video and take notes, then you can just do that free. All right. That's what I have. I don't want to get in a situation to where my Patreon is required to learn anything. I want everything to be free. And then if you want the bonuses, like I want the audio book for free, I can join Patreon. I want the ebook, I can join Patreon. I want the Lenormand that I created, I'll join Patreon. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to join Patreon, but I don't hold anything back. I want all my stuff to be free other than the bonus stuff, the good stuff. Anyway, all right. So it will be available for everybody for free, and you can watch it. Why is my life falling apart? Why is my life doing that? Let's see about that. Accept the gift, translate book in Italian language. Accept the gift, translate book in Italian. Are you offering to translate my entire book in Italian? That is a massive undertaking. That is a massive undertaking. If you're being serious, I would actually feel kind of guilty saying yes. I mean, it took me like a month to write the book. I don't know. How much would you charge? I'm assuming you would charge something. There's no way anybody would do that for free. So anyway, how much would you charge, and how many, anyway, I'm wondering how many people, let me know. Email me and find out. And we'll discuss it. All right. But that is quite the generous offer anyway. I appreciate that. Megan enjoys the Patreon. Well, that's good, Megan. I appreciate that as well. All right. Yeah, the Patreon. You get my new book for free. You get a discount on all the tarot stuff that I sell. There's a lot of good reason to be on Patreon. All right. For $5, that's not a bad deal. All right. All the lovers. Why's my life falling apart? Oh, you don't have the support network. Where's your support network? You need a support network. You don't have it. The Ten of Pentacles, the happy family, Everybody being happy, content, hanging out is just not there. It seems like we don't have the support network that we need. The Ten of Wands is you have too much going on too. You know what I mean? You got too much going on. The Ten of Wands, we're encumbered. We're carrying all of these wands. I have too much. I took on too much. I took too big of a bite of that buttery muffin. I took too big of a bite. But the Ten of Wands says I'm encumbered. I don't feel like I'm getting everything done because I have so much crap that I need to do. Judgment says you're not able to organize it well. It's one sort of a challenge as we... That's one sort of, okay, Tina, email me. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's one sort of a challenge that we have is getting everything in balance. I think that you get overloaded with certain things and they don't let up. It could be somebody that needs something from you and they make it seem really important all the time, and it just seems it doesn't go right. The other thing is you have really high expectations. You know what I mean? What is your book about? It is about reading tarot. It explains in 230 pages, it explains the entire method that I use for reading tarot. So if you wonder what I'm doing on the channel, it is all explained in the book. Anyway, the Judgment, you're hard on yourself. You expect perfection a lot. You try to get things perfect. You try to be everybody's buddy. You try to be the support network. You do too much. You have too much going on. So there's obvious remedies in here. Don't take on so much. See if you can delegate some things. See if you can get out of some things. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't try to be perfect. When you do something, realize that you're going to mess up. That's going to be part of life. The Lover says that you do need more of a support network too. You need some supportive friends. You need some people that'll say, hey, I think you're doing fantastic. You're doing a great job. Do you need me to help out with this and that? I'd love to help out with this and that. But there you go. All right. That's just what the cards say. Just what the cards say. Speaking of cards, we are done for the night. I'm here at 6:30 every single night for the rest of your life. For the next 100 years, I will be here. And when I am finally gone out of this world, I will have written a AI, and the AI will do your tarot readings forever. Anyway, we're going to get that up and running sometime when I'm old. Anyway, for now, we're out of here. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Hit the like and subscribe.